Maplewood, Indiana, a quiet, family-centered town where everyone knew each other's business, or at least, they thought they did. On August 14, 2019, 23-year-old babysitter Emily Carter disappeared while caring for two young children. When the parents returned home that night, the kids were asleep, but Emily was gone. Her purse, car keys, and phone were all still in the kitchen. Her car sat untouched in the driveway. The back door, however, was unlocked, and a faint trail of dirt led toward the backyard fence. To police, it looked like someone had lured Emily outside. But who and why? Emily wasn't just a babysitter. She was the babysitter everyone wanted. Responsible, kind. The kind of young woman neighbors described as too sweet for her own good. She grew up in Maplewood, graduated high school with honors, and was saving up to start a daycare. Everyone trusted her. But as detectives would soon learn, Emily had secrets, and behind the image of a perfect small-town girl was a life few really knew. When investigators started digging, they found no sign of forced entry or struggle. No screams, no broken glass, no fingerprints that didn't belong. At first, detectives suspected a random act of violence. But as days passed with no ransom calls or credible sightings, that theory began to crumble. Then, something strange emerged. Emily had taken out a $12,000 personal loan just weeks before her disappearance. She had no record of large purchases, and her friends couldn't explain what the money was for. Her phone records revealed late-night calls from a burner number traced to a nearby cell tower. And on her laptop, detectives found a dating app account under a false name, Lily H. Through that account, Emily had been messaging several men in town. One of them was Daniel Miller, the father of the two kids she babysat that night. Daniel Miller was a respected local businessman, married, two kids, and when confronted, he denied everything, claiming the messages were misunderstandings. But his wife, Rebecca, told a different story. 2 days before Emily vanished, she confronted her about the affair. Neighbors overheard shouting. Emily left the house in tears. Police began to re-examine the timeline. Rebecca claimed she and Daniel were at a charity event all night. But security footage told another story, showing her SUV leaving the driveway at 9:47 p.m., nearly an hour before the Millers were seen arriving at the country club. A week later, a hiker found a torn piece of floral fabric in the woods, and the shallow grave of Emily Carter. The truth unraveled quickly. Rebecca had gone to the house that night to talk things out. An argument turned violent. She struck Emily with a glass vase, killing her instantly. When Daniel came home, she confessed. Instead of calling police, he helped bury the body and clean the scene. Rebecca Miller was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Daniel received 15 years for obstruction and evidence tampering. Emily's parents never moved away. Her childhood room remains exactly as it was. Her journals, her perfume, her favorite sweater still neatly folded on her bed. And in Maplewood, the Miller's house remains empty, its blinds drawn, its lawn overgrown. A silent reminder of a town that learned the hardest truth of all. Sometimes evil doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the people we trust the most.